Hi there, welcome beautiful, lovely people. Hope y'all having an amazing day. I'm a sailor here, actually in ISS. We were, late to first period, so they put us in ISS. But yeah, it's just gonna be a quick intro to a podcast I recorded with. I didn't get his name, but True Brother. He was preaching, man. He spoke some facts. I recommend just listening all the way through. I tried to clip it, get some best of what he said, and post that on my Instagram, but. Yeah, I hope y'all enjoy. The conversation did end abruptly. I was at the Dart train station, and he got up. He had to go. His ride was there. But yeah, no, cool guy. I hope to get him on the podcast again. Also, I would try to get an after-school club going. Hopefully, by today's the 28th. I want to say by Tuesday, 5 days from now. 3rd, I think. I don't know. But I'll try to get one going at school every Tuesday, where we go over, simple things. Whether dress code is important. How would you change the school system? Just small, simple things like that people can conversate about. Then we don't have to go into deeper religion or philosophy here if people feel uncomfortable with that. But if someone is interested in that and you'd like to, have a whole podcast about that at school, just reach out to me or hit me up on my Instagram, either or, my personal or my podcast one. And yeah, hope y'all are having an amazing day. Hope y'all enjoy. All right. Hi there, Jesus Aguilera here doing a podcast at Garland train station. Just simply going over what your perfect world would look like and why you think the world has so much evil in it.
I don't have a perfect world, but I think that there should be peace in this world. Everybody should have peace. Everybody should have the opportunity to choose. That's why you have people out here fighting every day, dealing with things that are going on, such as you have the military out here fighting for things. Telling people, we're fighting so that people can have the liberties and the food, the drinks, and stuff that they want to have. I think everybody should have the opportunity to do what they want to do to a certain aspect. That things shouldn't be known from individuals. There really shouldn't be anything called racism, because we're all created equal. If you cut one person and cut another person, the blood's going to be the same. So why are you basing everything off of color? Why are you basing everything off of economic standpoint? When you say that, this is the land of the free, the home of the brave, and everybody's created and treated equal, it's not. The premises of this country is built on a lie.
It is, yes, sir.
There's a truth, but there's not the whole truth. They have a hidden truth, that they are an agenda that they want you to see. I'm not knocking, it's one of the greatest countries in the world, but be up front and support everybody. I started this country, I'll serve it again, but the thing of the nature is, you have to be equal. There shouldn't be no one out here, the perfect world, you have all of this money, but yet still you have millions of people that are homeless in one of the greatest countries there is in the world. You have people that are out here, children, homeless, hungry, daily. Why is that? Because you have money to build whatever you want. Every year there's a new car coming out. Every year there's a building, something going up, but it's not helping the people that need help. You're going from the top to the bottom, you should be coming from the bottom to the top. You build your foundations and everything is built on the bottom. It's not built on the top.
So if you could change one thing within this country, within this world, to make a difference, what would it be?
Homelessness.
Homelessness? How would you get rid of that?
Everybody work together on homelessness. If you see something, it doesn't take how would you change. Everybody does an act of kindness to help the individual. If each individual did an act of kindness to help somebody, that would make a change right there. What everybody's looking at is a grand solution. What is your grand solution? Start within yourself.
Yes, sir.
Start with kindness within yourself. If each individual in this United States showed kindness to everybody, it would make a difference.
Why do you think individuals don't show kindness within?
Because of what has happened to them, what they've seen, and some are just scared. Because people have been shown that if I show or try to help somebody, then the same individual that you try to show or help, or someone else that you could have tried to show and help, is an individual that will try to get over on the next individual. So people are scared that there are people out there conning people that are going to play games with them, so therefore they don't go and try to do anything. They don't want to try to do anything. Some do, but some don't.
I've learned that the biggest problem with this world, or at least this time and place, is the fact that everybody has their morals twisted. Everybody believes that the pursuit of money, the pursuit of sex, the pursuit of fame, riches, and all this.
I will tell you personally, money's not going to make you happy.
Money is never going to make you happy.
You can have. I've had ample amounts of money. It's not going to make you happy. What is it going to do? Money can cause you to become a recluse. Money can cause you to be insecure. And what I mean by insecure, you're not going to trust anyone because everybody that you feel that's getting close to you is getting close to you for the simple fact that they want you. So it's going to cause you to become a bitter person. It's going to cause you to become a recluse. That's not in all aspects, but that is in some. Then you have, if you had money, you know, you could help people and you could do what you wanted to, but it's always going to be in the back of your mind, even the people in your family. You're going to always have it in your mind, and they're trying to get over it. They're trying to do something to you.
See, my biggest issue is the fact that we live in a day and society where people, you give them something and they necessarily feel entitled to that.
That it's a conundrum that we do have in this society. And what it is that for the most people, the facets that they see, they feel like everything should be instantaneous. It's instantaneous, and it is, oh, I'm supposed to get this. You know, you feel it's a sense of entitlement and instantaneousness. Nobody wants to wait for anything anymore. It's add water. That's what I call the add water theory. You add water, there it is. But if you haven't gone through the facilitation of learning how to obtain, how to keep it, then it's the same thing. You're starting over and over again. When you do something, you learn, you understand, you try to perfect that so you can go on ahead. One thing that we learn in the military, when you learn something, it becomes second nature. You don't have to think about it. It's second nature. It's like a muscle movement. Nowadays, people don't want to put it, I'm not going to say people, individuals, because a person is different than an individual. People will help people. Individuals choose to neglect or deviate from helping an individual. That's what happens. Everybody's not bad. The world is not bad. It's just how people look at it. Their perspective and their prospect, their perspective and what they're going to do with it. It's not a bad place. It's gotten worse through times, but you got to think about it. Every generation has gone through something.
Mm-hmm. That's why it's called generational trauma. It's just trauma passed on by person, family, to family.
And it's up, and that's why I said it's left up to the individual to change it. Because what you went through, or you saw a family member go through, do you not try to correct that and keep the next person, your family member or your child, from going through that?
Yes, sir.
It's a correction process. But if everybody doesn't take heed to it and say, hey, we're going to correct it, then you're going in circles. A circle can only be broken if you stop it. You put a break in it. If it's going around rotation, the only way you can either stop it or break the rotation. If not, it's the same thing. It's a cycle.
It's a cycle.
Now, what are you going to interject into that cycle to change it? It's like a wheel. The only way you can throw that wheel off balance is to do something. It hits a hole, you overweight the balance or something, it's going to throw it off. Until you throw it off, it's going to continue to go. But once you throw it off, hey, oh, wait a minute, something wrong with that. Let me check that out. Then you check it out. Oh, this is what's going on. The inner line of the tire is bad. You'll find something wrong. But if you keep walking by and looking at it saying that's not my problem, then that's not going to resolve anything.
It's one day it may just become your problem. One day, you know, you might just be in a situation where...
What happens with that is most people don't look or foresee it happening to them. And if you don't think about it, it can happen to you. It's never gonna cross your mind that it could be a problem. But then when it happens, you're like, oh my God, this happened. But you weren't thinking about that. You saw that happen to somebody else in a previous or past tense. You never looked at it like that because it never hit you. Once, it's like what they say, it didn't hit home. Once it hits home, it changes the dynamics of everything.
Famous quote that I heard once from, I forgot who, but it was a video by Bob Proctor, was going over the greatest downfall of today's society is the fact that people don't know how to think. People don't think in general.
Once again, they don't think because it's instantaneous. Instead of trying, this is the thing. Like for instance, if someone has a problem, not saying a child, someone has a problem, and it could say steps to resolve that problem. Most people are not going to go through the full steps to resolve that problem. They're going to try to find a shortcut.
Yes, sir.
Because they want the easy, short way. Some things in life are not easy. Some things in life are not short. Because some things in life you have to learn. Some things in life have to be taught.
I think it's evidence too of our school system right now. And if you look at me, I'm a senior in high school, and ever since COVID hit, if you look at students, they don't know shit. If I'm being honest, they are quite literally like oblivious and ignorant, and it's just simply because they have technology and they have the ability to look up anything
Well,
at the snap of a fingers.
right, and it is, and that's one of the things that they're. I feel that it's a serious issue is that they're talking about taking away libraries. You're already taking out books in school that have been there for centuries and children have learned and you pass down to generations on knowledge that has been there. Now, what people are trying to do is dictate, okay, this knowledge is not good, this is not good, but one thing you can't do is change the history that has happened. You can't change the history, you can't rewrite the history. It's there. Now, what you can do is, if there are corrections in the history that you find out, hey, insert that. This is actually what happened. But don't take down a book or try to rewrite something that happened to an individual. Say, oh, that didn't happen. Or this didn't happen. Don't do that. If you did it, own it. Hey, we did this, own it. Own your mistakes.
And learn from them. That's the thing that they always say about history. If you don't learn from history, it's always going to repeat
And I'm
itself.
going to tell you one thing that I tell people all the time about history. And that is this. If man doesn't learn from his past, he doesn't have a future. And that means if you don't learn from your mistakes in the past, you can't have a future because you're going to repeat the same things that you did. Once again, goes back to what I said, the repeating of a cycle.
If you had to say, what is the one thing that God gave humans differently from any other animal? The one blessing that because God has blessed every single animal on this earth. But what's the one thing that makes us different from any beast?
The ability to think
Yes, sir.
and manage.
So it's the fact that anything that happens to us, anything that we learn, anything that we look through history, we can always differentiate the good and bad. I don't have to sit here and tell you, what good and bad is. I can sit here and I can tell a child a story, so let's see, Abraham and the king of Egypt. Have you ever heard that story from the Bible? Abraham and the king of Egypt, right? You know how Abraham allows his wife or allows the king of Egypt to take his wife in order to save, his face and to save his skin, and it's because God told him it was the right, choice to do. That he'd give, the king of Egypt, he'd get his gift back from him. Best way to put it. Well, what I've learned is that if you actually look at the story, you can tell anybody that story and they're not going to like that story. They're going to think that, Abraham's a coward, Abraham's a man, no man would do that in today's society, right? Well, you can take that out of that and you can know better than to do that with your wife. But at the same time, you can look at the wisdom of sometimes cowardness is the right choice. Sometimes not acting.
Okay. The thing of it is this. It is how and when and where it is said cowardice. Because it is cowardice, what people think of cowardice is that you're afraid. You're not going to do anything. You're too reluctant or you're just scared. That's not a true statement. Sometimes it is better to walk away than engage in situations. That doesn't make you a coward. That makes you smart because you thought about what was going to happen. You thought of the outcome. You thought of the consequences that could have been done before you reacted. If you react blindly, then you have to sit there and you have to think of, oh man, now you're sitting there and you have regrets. What I could have, should have, would have done. Same person that you used to call a coward sat there and thought about it. This is the outcome with this conundrum. What should I do? Should I take these steps? Should I take those steps? The person that didn't, that just jumped in there out of blind rage, trying to show that he's a hero, the one that doesn't make it out of it.
Yes, sir. You always got to be thinking 5, 6, 7, 10 moves ahead.
You always think 5 steps ahead. You
Yes,
always
sir.
think 5 steps ahead. And when you're engaging in battle, you always think of, hey, you're looking at everywhere. 12, 3, 6, 9. You're looking at all your surroundings. Anytime you're somewhere, you're always supposed to be, hey, be adamant on checking your surroundings. Don't become complacent anywhere because at any given time anything can happen.
And that's why I say to not think or to not even, to just simply not put a thought into anything is to give yourself up to the devil and to, just have blind faith. And that's blind faith is never what God wants you to do. Because at the end of the day, God gave you the beautiful innate ability to just think.
Well,
so why would he ever ask you to have, blind faith and just...
Why does he ask you blind faith? Because faith is something that is not seen, it's not a tangible item. That's why they say blind faith. anything that's tangible that you can see, touch, and feel, that's why they say that. But with blind, when he says blind faith, it's not that, oh, you're just going out there on a whim. He's saying, trust in me. You can't see me, you can't touch me, but you know I'm there, you know my works. So what he's saying is, go with that. Use that. I'm not going to let you down. I'm not going to steer you wrong. But I need you to have the faith of a mustard seed. Just have a little faith in me. If you have a little faith in him, he'll grant you all different types of things.
Yes,
all
sir.
he's doing is asking you to come to him. He never said that you're going to be able to resolve all of your issues and your problems. That's why he's God. That's why he's there. He's asking you to come to him. If man would use the same principle, think about it. Hey, let me think about stuff before I do it. You have children in this world right now. They don't. All they think about is killing one another because somebody said something to you. Somebody said a word that you didn't like.
It's sad.
If you kill someone, you can't take that back.
It's sad because whenever you look at the Bible, it quite literally lists out the strict commandments on what a perfect ideal or what a healthy life is, and what sinning is, or what you shouldn't do within itself. And it's crazy to see that throughout the story of the Bible, people continue to break that cycle. People continue to sin. People continue to do bad. People continue to do evil.
But hey,